What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports. I'm at Brawler Bash. It's day 2. It's game 5. Alright, I got 2 big wins, 2 big losses. I am neck and neck against Gene, who is going for my Orcs and Goblins Best General Award. And he's on the table next to me. I am fighting Joey Jambro. I can't say his last name. I'm going to butcher your last name. Sorry, buddy. But I think it's Jarbo. But anyways, if whatever, doesn't matter. But I'm going against him and his demon army, and you know, I'm pumped. I'm like, my mind is so focused. I'm so focused about how I'm gonna get this Best Orcs and Goblins award that I forgot my laser pointer at Once Bitten's house. And congratulations, you got a new laser pointer. And I left a pen that I stole from Okan at his house too. I was like, son of a bitch. But that's besides the point. So here's a picture of outside of Atomic Empire. This is my last day here. I am having a blast. It was a long trip. I went to Okan, went over to my friend's house in North Carolina, went to Once Bitten's house, hung out with him, had dinner with him and a bunch of the other YouTubers, and it's just been a blast. It's been a good experience. I really enjoyed it. But now it's game 5, and I gotta focus. I gotta get into the zone here. So let's go over my list really quick. I got my Orc Ed Basher unit. This is 33 Orc Ed Bashers with the BSB. The BSB has a banner that gives them a protection, a 5 protection ward against shooting. Now, every time Once Bitten comes by, this unit is getting their asses kicked. And I told him I think he has a misperception of these orcs. These orcs look really fearsome because I have these Rackham models. I have these old models. I have converted models. I have all these like cool looking orcs in here. But in reality, let's all face it, the orcs should really kind of look like this, and they're not that fearsome looking. They just kind of look like little chubby guys. But that's what orcs are to me in stat wise, is these little chubby guys here. They're a little tougher than a human, but they don't really hit fast, and they're kind of shit. Oh man. Anyways, over here I got a unit of 30 Nashers. This unit has been ridiculously good this tournament. Last tournament they did pretty good, but unfortunately after version 11, this unit's gonna just kind of like get nerfed. So I'm gonna have to put this to use. The good news is Adepticon, that's my next tournament coming up, is still version 11. So I'm gonna be able to still use this unit. I'm gonna still be able to use a couple of the power units I'm being able to use right now. Over here I have three war machines. I got the Splatterer, I got the 2 Git launchers. The Splatterer has been very consistent. The Git launchers actually have been pulling in some major points this tournament. And then over here I got my unit of 12 orcs with crossbows and heavy armor. They do have the level 2 shaman with them. The level 2 is Baxter. Baxter has been extremely helpful with his Shadow Miasma and whatever other spell he usually gets. Usually just Shadow Miasma though, because the Shadow Miasma has such a low cost and I'm just able to throw it anywhere, and he's been really helpful with that. Over here I have a unit of, or not unit, these are my characters. I have King Koopa in the front. King Koopa has been racking in points for me, not so much in this tournament, but in Okan he did. And then he is kind of a wild card. He could really be really good or just kind of be shit. This tournament he got trumped up by some Sylvan Elves, he got trumped up by some demons. So he's not really been on his A game this tournament. I got Longshot in the middle. Longshot has been really good. For his point value, he's actually been pulling in how much he's worth roughly. And then I have Kabuto on the right. Kabuto is my level 2 Orc Shaman of Wilderness. He also has a Red Ring of Fire. Chicken Head on the left is not in this game. He's just my good luck charm. He's really hoping I could pull a win in for the greenskins. And then in the background you can see this is Warboss Dread Irontooth. And Warboss Dread Irontooth has just a shit ton of attacks. He's such a monster. He's an Iron Orc, because Black Orcs lives matters, people. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care if people run. He doesn't care if people do whatever. He doesn't care if things are freaking charging him and they cause terror. He doesn't care. He's just like, I'm going to fight whatever the hell I'm going to fight, and I'm going to fuck it up. Over here I got my A-Rock. The A-Rock has been one of the most consistent and persistent units I had, period. It destroys hordes, it takes on cavalry, it eats war machines, it does whatever it needs to do, and it is a war machine himself, shooting that catapult, that web launcher on its back, killing off a good chunk of people. The other unit right here, my Forest Goblins with the skirmishers with the poison banner, they have been another unit that's just been such a pain in the ass in all my opponents. They're just throwing all those 40 poison shots at somebody. They're just like, holy shit, this unit could just destroy naked units. So this has been such a good unit as well. And then over here I have my Goblin Wolf Raiders, and basically this unit has just been my only chaff unit the whole tournament. Now, as for my opponent Joey, he over here he has 5 of these Hellstriders or Slaneshi, whatever they are, and these guys are like fast cav. They have a couple of attacks with them, but as you can see, that big like wild haired thing on the right side, that is one of his characters. He only has 2 characters, but that's one of them. She has like this multi-wounding, multi-attack weapon and she's like extremely, actually really powerful, but she's also the level 2. So she's good in close combat, she attacks really fast, and then she has also the level 2, which is causing a threat. Over here he has the Claw Fiends. He has 6 Claw Fiends. This is actually a decent looking squad since there's 6. I fought 3 of them. I fought 2 units of 3 over at Ocon, and that gave me a problem. But 6 of them, oh my god, these guys are going to mess up whoever they get in combat with. Over here he has a Blood Chariot with the fire upgrade, the fire cannon upgrade, and he has on the right, you could see it, the Bloodthirster. The Wrath of Scourge, or Scourge of Wrath, whatever it's called. That guy is, 2 games ago I just played against Sandler, and he had a Bloodthirster that just wrecked Dread, wrecked the A-Rock. So I do not want to fight this thing. It's going to have multi-wounds. It's going to have so many attacks. It's going to be a high initiative. He does have a 5-up board. He doesn't have the 4-up region. He has a 5-up board and like a 3-up armor or something like that. So I'm just thinking like, holy crap, I don't want to fight this thing. I have to shoot it. Now, thinking back about my game I fought against Sandler, I was like, you know what? I barely shot at it at all because I was trying to focus on his Demon Lord. This guy doesn't have another Demon Prince, so I could focus all my attention on his Bloodthirster right now. Over here he has a unit of horrors on the left. There's about 10 of them. They have a banner. Basically he's using them just to shoot some fireballs and stuff like that. Pink fire, blue fire. On the right, those are Tallymen, which I don't even know what a Tallyman is. Like, what does that translate to? I don't know. But he has a lot of those guys, and basically they're -1 to hit. They're tough 4. They're Nurglings, whatever they are, Nurgle plague guys. Over here, oh shit, one of these things too. He has a freaking soul engine, or a demon engine, whatever it's called, and it has a flame template as well. So I have to fight 2 of these things, man. Just like one of this, and then the other one with the chariot, and then he has another unit of horrors. So he has a pretty, like, I mean, it's a mixed list. So one of his weaknesses, and he explains it, is that his general cannot give leadership to everybody else because unless it's Wrath, and the only other Wrath guy he has is the chariot. But he has Wrath, he has Change, he has Lust, he has Pestilence, he has everything. He has everything, and you could tell by the color schemes and stuff. So this is pretty interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how this goes. I'm not happy that I'm fighting another demon army, and I'm not happy that I'm fighting another Bloodthirster. And Gene is just going up to my opponent and saying, dude, you have to beat James, because if you could beat James, I will win Best Orcs and Goblins Army. But you have to beat him good because he has good paint scores. And I was like, come on, Gene. You're jinxing me. I'm not going to let this happen. So we're going to go into Magic. I got Fireball, of course, because the red ring. And then I got Redwood Shaft, Swarm of Insects, and the Beast Within. I couldn't really ask for the better spells. I like all 3 of those spells a lot, actually. Then I got Shadow Miasma and Devouring Darkness. I forgot to mention he also has this unit right here, these unit of Screamers or whatever they're called. So he deploys first and he drops his whole army, boom, up there, and I'm just like, oh man. So I started, I'm working with what I have. I'm looking at exactly where his general is, what I'm trying to focus on. I lined up my orcs across his Tallymen. I have on the right side, let me pull up the other picture actually. On the right side here, I have the A-Rock. The A-Rock's main target is that Soul Grinder. If the A-Rock, I know for a fact the A-Rock will win that fight. And even if that guy gets his crush attack off, it's only going to do about half the damage to the A-Rock. It won't kill the A-Rock. So my A-Rock has some work cut out for her. I have my unit of Chaff just going to run up, obviously, to be Chaff. Obviously, he's going to get first turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to use that to my advantage. I kept my Orcs with the crossbows sitting back by the War Machines. He has no ambusher, so I don't have to worry about my War Machines getting attacked by dogs that are about to pop up or anything. And he doesn't have any Furies, so I don't have to worry about my War Machines. He does have those Screamers, but... So basically the Orcs with the crossbows have to kind of protect the War Machines, shoot at whoever's coming for the War Machines for the time being. Now, I am going to focus fire. I am going to focus every single shot I have at his Bloodthirster. I need to get rid of that. Not only that, because my objective at Brawlers for an additional 500 victory points is to kill his general. So I'm like, I have to kill his general. I have to... So like his general already is worth like 500 or 600 points on top of another 500 for the objective, and on top of another 100 for just killing a general in total. So that's like 1,200 points. I have to kill that Bloodthirster to win this, or else Gene is going to win the whole thing. So I'm like, holy crap, I'm going to focus everything. I don't care if he has a 2-up armor. I'm going to shoot him with every freaking poison shot I have, and he's going to fail one. He's going to fail one. I'll hit him with bees. I'll hit him with everything. I'll hit him with the Git launchers. I'll hit him with the rock lava. I have to kill that general. All right? So, and then on the left side over here, I have my Nashers all the way over here. My Nashers target right now is those Claw Fiends. They need to take out the Claw Fiends. I have Koopa and Longshot sitting far off to the left. He has no real shooting, so my characters aren't really afraid of running around right now, just because he doesn't have anything to really shoot him or kill him. And the other thing is, I need not only Koopa needs to, the Nashers are going for the Claw Fiends, but Koopa needs to go for the Chariot, because the Chariot's going to shoot fireballs at any of my units, and if it does, it's going to hurt him. But Koopa has a Dragon Bane gem. He'll live a fire attack, no problem. And then Longshot's on the far left. I'm trying to keep him I didn't know really where to put him. I didn't have a safe spot on the left side. All his Slanesh stuff is on the left side, so he's going to be running right at my face right away. So I'm like, might as well just put Longshot chilling back, and he's going to just try to shoot at the Bloodthirster when it gets closer. Anyways, we're going to go with the turn 1 Demon Legion. Whew, here it goes, guys. So, turn 1. As you can see, I did Vanguard up my Wolf Riders on the right. He's going to just go ahead and move up with all his units. He had to march with most of his units. And that was about it. I mean, he has no magic. His shooting couldn't do it because he marched. Take it back. I am so sorry. It's still his turn. Magic Face, he got 7 power dice. He's going to go ahead and do Blue Fire. And he's going to go ahead and hit my Wolf Riders. So he hits the Wolf Riders. He kills off 2 Wolf Riders. And it causes them... I don't think they panic. I think they stick there, actually. They do. So, but that was it for his turn. After he did the blue fire, it's his turn. My guys, like I said, I've moved up on the hill, whatever, right? So we're going to go into my turn. We're going to go straight into Magic Phase. Magic Phase got 5 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up 1 dice on Swarm of Insects. It goes off. He doesn't know what I'm really trying to do, so I go ahead and I get all these dice. Now, I accidentally put my Shaman a little too far from his Bloodthirster, so I had to do the short range spell, and then when I did the short range spell, I was like, shit, can't hit the Bloodthirster. The thing was, I wasn't expecting the rocks to be in the way, so I was like, fuck. So I go ahead and I throw him onto his Slanesh Claw Fiends. I get off, this is the 5d6, look at this mess, right? And end up getting off 5 wounds, 5 6s. Gets it, hits it on these Claw Fiends. They don't have any armor. They just have a ward save, and bam! I kill off one of them. He ward saved the other 2, and kept 1 alive. So now it's 1 Claw Fiend less. We're gonna go into 4 dice onto the Beast Within. Throw it off. I get it off. He dispels it. Right. Let's go into shooting. Shooting. Rock Lava. Hit this guy. Nope. It drifts off. Doesn't do shit. All right. Let's go ahead and do Git Launcher. 1 Git Launcher into him. Hits him. Wounds him. Hits him. Wounds him. Does 1 wound only that gets through his ward. I go ahead and I do the other Git Launcher. Misfire. God damn it. Misfires, takes a wound itself, but can shoot like normal next turn. Now all these Forest Goblins are just throwing 40 tomahawks. Boom! Right at that guy. Let's just get rid of his ass. Throw them all. He armor saved and ward saved every single one that hit and wounded. Oh man. Let's go ahead and shoot Longshot. And again, Longshot I messed up because he was behind the rock. So I'm going to have to pick a different target. I pick off the Claw Fiends again. I shoot it. It does 1 wound onto the Claw Fiend. And these guys here, I believe, did I charge him or did he charge me? I think I charged him for whatever reason. I don't know why I would charge him. That's kind of stupid to me. Maybe he charged me. I don't remember. Anyways. Oh, I double charged. That's exactly what happened. These guys were in the way for the A-Rock, so I charged both the Wolf Riders and the A-Rock at this guy. The A-Rock needed a 10-inch charge, and I'm just like, you know what? If I don't do it right now, this thing's going to just burn a hole through my whole group, so I have to just kind of get in its face right away and kill it. And I'm trying to be really proactive right now. I'm trying not to hold back. I'm trying to just kill, because this thing is one of the biggest threats I see on the table besides his Bloodthirster, and I'm like, I know the A-Rock can handle this fight by herself. So she failed charged. The Wolf Riders got in. Wolf Riders getting chumped up by this thing. They're going to run, of course, and he's going to chase this way. But that's it for close combat. We're going to go into Demon Legion's turn 2. And guys, I apologize for the lack of pictures. It's the last game of the day. We're trying to hurry through the game. Not only that, coincidentally, Gabe Thorne comes up to me right around now, and that's why if you saw his pictures on Facebook, he you can see this exact scene right here where my goblins are fleeing. He's charging with his Claw Fiends at my goblins. I'm contemplating doing a standard shoot, but he's doing a side flank anyways, so I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna flee. So they flee. They run away from his guys this way. You can see the Wolf Riders already running away from the fight before. They're both chaffing up my A-Rock. Alright, and he's going to... They actually just stay on the table, I think. So he's going to go ahead and try to charge my Wolf Rider. I believe my Wolf Rider is going to fall off. Now his Claw Fiends have no other target to redirect. I think they failed to redirect. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and charge his Blood Chariot into Dread. And I'm like, bring it. Let's go for it. Come on. So he's going to get in like so. He charged the Soul Grinder into my Forest Goblins, forces them to flee off the table. He's like, alright, panics. Now I do panic. I believe one of the Git Launchers can't shoot now, but the other Git Launcher, the Rock Lava, can. He gets in over here onto Dread with his Blood Chariot, and this is kind of how the table looks. He failed charge. He moved his Screamers forward. Or I think they tried to charge in too, but I think they failed. I think they charged like the Wolf Rider and made the Wolf Rider run off the table too. So he failed charges all around. He failed charges with the Hellstriders or the Claw Fiends. He failed charge with the Screamers. He failed charge with the Soul Grinder. Soul Grinder is a lot closer for the A-Rock to handle now, and his general is just going to go ahead and fly over right in front of my horde. And I'm just thinking, like, son of a bitch. If you see this in my perspective, you see the Soul Grinder right now is kind of like he'll be taken care of by the A-Rock. I already know for a fact that'll be taken care of by the A-Rock, right? But if I charge his general's not going to go anywhere, all right? He's going to kill a good chunk of my guys. He'll probably challenge and kill a good chunk of my guys. I'll have charge, banner, BSB, and then maybe a rank left after he kills a bunch, right? So I'll have 4 against his potential 12 or 13 that he's going to do to me in wounds. So I'm just like, I can't. There's just no way I can handle this guy. You know, I could potentially just charge him and challenge him with a champ, and he'll get max wounds 4, and I will have charge, 2 banners, 2 ranks. I'll win by 1, but that does nothing really, because if he rolls a really low roll, I'm just SOL, and his Claw Fiends and his Tallyman will just hit me. But whatever, it's still his turn. I'm just talking ahead of time. So we're gonna go to Magic Phase. Magic Phase, he got 11 power dice. He's gonna go ahead and do blue fire. I believe I dispel it. Nope, he does it against this unit over here onto my crossbows. It hits him, doesn't do a single wound. He rolled really low on the strength, and it just didn't even touch him. So he's gonna go ahead and do blue fire on Koopa, and I'm like, ha 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 ha, Koopa doesn't care, and he does it, doesn't wound Koopa. I was like, ha 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 ha. All right, so he goes in and does Shadow Miasma, and I try to stop this, and I saved all my dice to stop this one, and I roll a shit roll, and he gets it off. He multiplies the D3, and it does -2 to my weapon skill and initiative, I think. So he does shadow step. He moves up his general to my side flank. Son of a bitch! Oh my god! Now I'm SOL. Now I'm really SOL. I'm like, he has free range. He's gonna get a flank on me, no problem. Even if I charge into those tallymen, I'm like, I have no way to deal with this right now. So I'm just like, well, the good news, and not only that, he parked himself so he's 12 inches away, or less than 12 inches away from my war machine. So my war machines cannot shoot him right now. So I'm like, oh shit, man. Alright, let's go into close combat. Close combat over here. He hits Dread with impact hits. He gets 6 impact hits. 7 because of scythes. Alright? So he gets 7 impact hits. Not a single wounded Dread. Not a single one wounded Dread. Dread armor saved and ward saved whatever he got. And he rolled he rolled all 7 dice and he got like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 5 or something like that. And he was just like, holy shit, my dice are working against me. Dread attacks back. I think Dread did like 1 wound. It was a push. We didn't go anywhere. Dread wasn't going anywhere. And nothing happened. So I was like, woo! Alright. That's it for his turn. We're going to go to Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Now, I thought long and hard about this. I thought about charging the tallyman, but the problem is if I charge the tallyman, I might actually fail the charge. And if I fail the charge, I'm just SOL. The other issue is I got these screamers in my face that are about to take out my war machine. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go for the screamers. If I go for the screamers, I'm only facing off 1 and 1 for supporting attacks. So I'm only facing off 2 of these. I'll have rank spanner, whatever. I'll do a good chunk of damage, and I'll probably just blow up this unit, right? So I'm not too worried about it. And if I could blow up this unit, I could hopefully overrun out of his general's line of sight. That is what I'm hoping for. A-Rock is charging into the Soul Grinder, and good luck to her. And they obviously are both going to get in. I'll just show the picture later, though. Koopa is charging the rear of those freaking Hellstride or Claw Fiends. Koopa, you son of a bitch. He could barely see it. You can see he's looking around. He got a 90-degree turn. He's going to charge the rear of them and just hope to God they don't kick his ass. But a rear charge, I only have to deal with 3 of them. So, this is how it looks. Now, I had a bad time with the wheel. I couldn't really wheel much, so this is how it looks. I only got that much in contact. A-Rock's getting in. My BSB and the Orcs are getting in. And then Koopa got in. That is just chaos right now. And unfortunately, this is not looking that great. I did move the Nashers up a bit, and I did move my 3 shamans, or my 2 shamans and my long shot closer to his boss because I wanted to just shoot the crap out of that guy. Magic phase. Oh, and the other reason why I didn't charge the tallyman was because he lowered my initiative and my weapon skill, so I was like, I'm going to lose that fight if I do. Anyways, magic phase got, I don't know, I think like 5 dice or something like that. I forgot how many dice I got. We're just going to say it's a lot of dice. I go in and I throw up 5 dice onto the Redwood Shaft. I'm just going to go ahead and try to hit the freaking guy. I hit him. I wound him. Alright? I threw all my dice on this spell because I just want to get, like, you know, the ordnance wound, and I'm just hoping he fails his ward save. He rolls that ward save, and BAM! He got a freaking ward save. Oh, man. Alright, we're going to shoot long shot right into him. Long shot. Winding up the shotgun. He goes for it. Cocks the shotgun. BAM! Got 1 wound. Good shit, long shot. That motherfucker only has 4 wounds left. The rock lava is in range still. No, he's out of range. He's still in the 12-inch bubble. So he's going to go ahead and shoot at a different unit. He shoots at the tallyman. Hits them. Wounds them. Only kills off 3 guys, though. Alright. Going to have to shoot the Git Launcher at somebody else because his general's too close. I'm going to shoot at these Hellstriders over here. And I believe he ward saves whatever wound I did. They didn't get much off. That kind of sucks. Close combat over here. My guys destroy, and I mean destroy 2 of those. They're going to take a leadership check. They fail, and they pop. And I get a chance to overrun. Now, if I overrun, I'm going to hit the tallyman, and I'm just like, you know what? I could do that. I will be in horde formation, but it's his turn next, and his general will come in and help that fight out. So I'm like, you know what? Let's form up in ranks like this. I'm going to give his general an opportunity for a side flank, but if I form up in ranks, I have more guys attacking his general, and I have a better chance of being steadfast. So I'm just like, let's just do this and see what happens, right? As for over here, A-Rock does he gets the multi-wounder. She gets the multi-wounder off, but he ward saves it. She gets off one wound that goes through his armor and his ward save. Just one wound. He fails to wound her back at all. And, yeah. So he goes ahead and rolls, and he's just going to stick there for a turn. It goes nowhere, that fight. Over here, Dread is just like, man, I'm still fighting this thing? Bam! Does 3 wounds to it. Takes its leadership check. Doesn't wound Dread at all. And it's going to pop. And Dread is free from the freaking chariots. Over here, look at Koopa. That son of a bitch Koopa. He does, out of 4 attacks and 3 from his mount, he does 6 wounds that go through. 6 that go through. Holy shit. He ward saves a bunch. But out of the 6 wounds he does, just say I did like 2. Okay, just say I did 2, because I don't have a picture of how many I did. He didn't do any wounds to Koopa at all. I charged, I got a rear charge, and I did say 2 wounds. Okay, so 5. Alright? He rolls the dice, because he failed, he failed his, the combat, rolls the dice, and he rolls double 6s. Holy shit, Koopa is freaking lucky as hell on this. That unit, most of it pops. I mean, it doesn't automatically blow up. He kills off 3 of them with that pop, though. Oh, shit. Oh, that's how Koopa laughs. Koopa, you son of a bitch. We're going to go into turn 3. Demons. Alright, here it goes. He decided he's going to charge his Bloodthirster into my Orcs with crossbows. I can't even stand and shoot. It's too close. So, why he didn't charge my Horde, I don't know. I was going to just probably offer a champ to challenge. I don't know what I could do. But he's going to charge into them. I'm like, alright, I can't do much about that. He's going to charge the Tallyman into my Orcs, and I'm just going to have to deal with that. And then he's going to charge... Oh, I remember what it was. He charged my Orcs because he wanted me to fail the terror test and run off the table. And I rolled the terror test, and I freaking pass. Oh shit, that's exactly what he wanted. He wanted me to run, flee off the table, then redirect into those guys, and I passed. Oh shit, so then he charges these guys in, of course, like so. He charges these pink horrors around the freaking rock into the ass, or not even the ass end, the side flank of Koopa, because he doesn't have an ass end shot. So they're gonna get in, and we kind of had like this retarded thing with the rock. I think it was kind of... I didn't really care if more people got into a fight with Koopa, because Koopa just doesn't care. But I don't think this is technically legal. But it was kind of like, I don't know, it was like iffy. It could have been 50-50. So, yeah, we just played it. Normally I would close the door to him, but since I was locked in combat in front, I don't know if I was supposed to just shift or what. I think there's supposed to be like minimal movement. I don't know. And the rest of his units are just moving around like so. It's going to go to Magic Face. He rolls the dice, and look at this. BAM! The dice are the green gods. That's what it is. Joey, if you're watching this, the green gods use green dice against the Orcs and Goblins. And the green gods are talking to me saying, you're only getting 2 power dice. So he goes in and throws up Shadow Miasma, I think it was. And I just Dispel Scroll it. And I was like, these guys need to fight at full potential. Let's go for it. So I Dispel Scroll it. Close combat over here. Koopa does another wound onto these guys. These guys cannot wound Koopa at all. I'm still having a rear and a wound. That's 3. He has a charge, a banner, and a side flank, which is 3. He does have a Muso. Koopa stays there because Koopa doesn't care. Oh my god. A-Rock! A-Rock just ate the crap out of that freaking Soul Grinder. She is unscathed. Just untouched. I turn her this way, and I had my choices of like which way do I turn. I could help out my guys with the Tallyman. I could aim for those Hellstriders over there. I could deal with the little pink unit going over there. The pink unit's not my problem though. I have to worry about the 2 that are in combat, right? So A-Rock just turns around, and then over here close combat, his freaking general just wiped the floor at my unit. I failed to wound him at all. He just caused them to run off the table, and he's just going to turn around facing this way, whoever he wants to face. Over here, Orcs go, or I think this is, well, no, it's the Orcs. The Orcs go, they kill off 6 of the Tallymen. The Tallymen attack back. 1 goes for my BSB, does 1 wound onto my BSB. The rest attack the unit, and they end up killing off like 5 Orcs. So it's like he charged me. He has banner, he has ranks, he has 5 wounds. I have ranks, I have banner, I have BSB. I did like 6 wounds. I win by like 1. He rolls the dice, and he gets like, I believe, another double 6s. So he loses a good chunk of guys. Oh man, this poor guy, man. He keeps on rolling double 6s on leaderships. Oh my god, the green gods are with me. And then that is the end of this turn. Now at this turn, this is like turn 3 or so, right? I look at Gene's game, and Gene's packing up his army, and I go, how'd you guys do? And Gene's like, oh, I won. And I was like, shit! He's like, Joey, you gotta step it up, man. You gotta take out James here. And I was like, no. I'm doing okay. I think. But I gotta win by a lot though. And his general's still alive, terrorizing whatever the hell he wants to terrorize. So I was just like, shit, I gotta step up my game right now, guys. So turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. Dread's charging the side of his. I think Dread's going for the pink horrors, and then the Nashers are going for the freaking Claw Fiends. It could be that way, it could be the other way, I don't remember. So and they both get in for the record. A-Rock, I thought about this. I could charge the Tallyman. If I kill the Tallyman, I could potentially overrun, but what happens is his general has a choice of charging like the rear of my A-Rock. So I'm like, you know what, A-Rock needs to stay alive. She's like 240 points. I'm gonna have her charge the freaking Hellstriders, and she needs to take out that freaking wizard. So that's what she's gonna do. So she gets in, bam, side flank here. You can see on the other picture over here, bam, Squigs are in, Dread's in. This is a battle, guys. We're gonna freaking fight this shit out, and this is how the table looks right now. My Orc Horde is in deep shit right now, guys. My Orc Horde is the only one I'm in really fear of getting their ass kicked by that general. That bloodthirster over there. We're gonna go into magic phase. Magic phase. I got 8 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up swarm of insects. Swarm of insects. I got this shit. I'm gonna throw freaking bees at his ass. I go ahead and I do it. He's like, whatever. It's only strength 1. I throw it. I get 5d6, and then I throw the 5d6. I only get 10 hits. How in the fucking world can I roll 5d6 and I get 10? That's like 2s on all of them. Some of them were 1s and some of them were like 4s. But I was just like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. So I roll the 5d6, the 10 dice, right? And like 8 of them were 6s. He rolls all the armor saves, and you see his eyes light up. He fails like 2 or 3 armor saves, right? And he rolls the ward saves, and he fails the ward saves, and BAM! Got 2 wounds with freaking strength 1 swarm of insects onto his freaking bloodthirster. I'm pulling freaking straws right now, guys. I'm just trying to kill this son of a bitch. He has 2 wounds left. I go ahead and I throw the rest of the dice onto Redwood Shaft. He dispels that one, and I throw a fireball, and I just fail that one miserably. So now his bloodthirster, since it came or turned around and did whatever, it's actually 12 inches away or 13 inches away from my Splatterer. So my Splatterer is shooting at him, and it drifts, and it falls directly onto my freaking my Git launcher. I was like, son of a bitch, I'm gonna kill my own Git launcher trying to kill his general. Oh man, I roll the dice to wound, and I roll a 1. The green gods are good. I shoot both Git launchers at this unit over here because I have nothing else to shoot at, and I get 2 wounds off over here. That really didn't matter. This Git launcher actually took a misfire and took a 2nd wound. So he's at 2 wounds that he self-inflicted here. Alright? We're going to go to close combat over here. Woo! Oh man, I don't even know where to start. I don't remember who wounded who. I just remember there was a lot of wounds going around. Nashers ate the unit. Koopa ate the unit. Dread ate his unit. Actually, I think the Nashers only attacked the Claw Fiends, and I believe Koopa and Dread hit the Pink Horrors, and that's how it looks. I killed 6 Pink Horrors and the Claw Fiends, 1 Claw Fiend, and that whole side of the board just popped. gone. And I'm going to reform everybody facing this way. They're all surrounding his general now. We really don't have much left. We have some Tallymen, we have some Hellstriders, and the Witch, and then we have the freaking Bloodthirster. Over here, his freaking Witch, holy shit, she had a shit ton of attacks. She had a shit ton of wounds. And I don't even, no, actually it goes through my armor, I believe, but it only did 1 wound. So A-Rock was lucky on that. His dice were against him. I swear to God his dice were against him. But I go ahead and I attack back, and A-Rock just killed off 2 of the unit. Charged, got a side flank. Got a monstrous rank, got a big side flank. He rolls his dice, and that unit basically pops. Boom! Gone. I think this was his 3rd double 6. I think so. And A-Rock is free, gonna reform, face this way. Holy crap, Orcs have to hold their own. Orcs over here kill off 5 of his Tallymen. His Tallymen attack back. They couldn't kill shit. They go ahead and they roll the dice. They pop a bunch. And he's only down to like a champ and a standard bearer. And it's going to start off his turn. Demon's turn 4. Demon's turn 4. Oh shit, here it comes. His general's charging into the side flank of my Orcs. And I'm like, oh crap, I can't do this. I can't do this. Oh man, so he gets into the side flank here. Magic phase, he got 3 power dice, but he doesn't even have a wizard. I don't even know what that was for. We're going to go into close combat. I challenge with my champ. I think this is actually illegal. If he's in my side flank, I don't think I could challenge. But I challenge with my champ. And he accepts it with his Bloodthirster. And he just destroys my champ over here, okay? So my rest of my guys attack him. They kill off the last guy here. Or no, there's 1 guy left. There's 1 single guy left, okay? And I lose combat. I mean, he charged. He has a side flank. He did 4 wounds. He probably did like another wound or 2. I have like 2 banners, a couple ranks, whatever, right? I lose combat by 1, but I am steadfast. Alright? I roll the dice. I fail. They're not near dread. So I just need a 7. I normally need an 8 because the Orc BSB in there. But he is causing fear, so it's down by 1. So I'm down to 7. Okay? I roll them again. They fail again. That's what I was afraid of. He is going to overrun. I roll the dice to run away, and I roll a fucking 12. Holy shit, they got away! He can't keep up. His guy's running after me. His Tallyman is just chilling by himself. The general is charging him, or can't catch him. He's like, son of a bitch. And like now, right now, it's Orcs and Goblins turn 5, and I have him surrounded. I don't think I could charge A-Rock here, and I decided not to charge the A-Rock here. So I just go ahead and I move her around, and I just surround the unit. My guy's rallied, of course. He is going to get banner points for that, though. But my guy's rally. I just move everybody out of the line of sight of his general, and I am going to shoot that guy like with everything I have. Everything's on the table still except for my crossbows and my forest goblins. Let's do this, guys. So, we're going to go into Magic Phase. Magic Phase, I only got 4 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Swarm of Insects. He stops it. I throw up Redwood Shaft, and I fail it. I go ahead and I do Long Shot here, shooting at his general. Clock! Got another freaking wound on his general. His general has 1 wound left. The A-Rock, the Howdah crew, is shooting his Tallyman, and bah, they kill off that Tallyman. Alright, and here it goes, guys. BAM! Git Launcher finished off the job. Good job, Git Launcher. Holy shit. Holy shit. I tabled my opponent. Sorry, Joey. I don't mean to make it sound that as bad, but you know what? We were both having a blast at this game. In all fairness, I mean, we were cracking up the whole time. I was talking to Gabe Thorne. Didn't even know it was Gabe Thorne. And I was like, guys, to be honest, out of all 5 games, this was probably the most fun game for both of us. We were talking about it. Yeah, I voted for Joey for my best opponent to play against because he was a good sport about it. He was like, my dice were just working against me. And I was just like, yeah, they are, man. This game, a lot of my guys just shined. My Git Launcher shined, my A-Rock shined, Dread and Koopa shined, and I am honestly shocked that my Git launchers were still alive. That last shot, by the way, I was actually afraid of using my other Git launcher because it was about to kill itself. But I needed this guy to die. I needed him to die, and he did. So, we're going to go over the closing ceremony. We're also going to go over MVP. So we're going to go over MVPs first. First off, MVP for this game specifically is really tough because there's a lot of units that did a lot of things right. My Orcs, even though they ran away at a 12, which kept them that whole unit alive. Yeah, he got banner points, but he didn't get my Orc Horde or my BSB's points, which is just great. Dread could have died. Dread could have died easily. Just, he could have got impact hits, got hit by a couple, and then fleed off the table, and I would have just had no general, and that would have been horrible. So Dread took out a chariot, took out some pink horrors, and Dread stayed alive. The Forest Goblins really did a really clutch flee that made, even though they fleed off the table, set Koopa up for a rear charge, and Koopa being able to take on a whole unit of Claw Fiends for like 3 turns was very clutch. The Orcs took out those Tallymen, which was just great. And the crossbows didn't do shit. The war machines did like so-so. They didn't really kill off anybody. I mean, obviously the Git launcher got a couple key wounds. Longshot got a couple key wounds. Kabuto got a couple key wounds, which eventually killed off his general, which was like 1,200 points to me. So the person here though that is clutch that won the game for me was the A-Rock. The A-Rock took out a Soul Grinder, took out some Hellstriders, finished off the Tallyman, and the A-Rock took 1 wound during all of that. A-Rock, you son of a bitch, you're getting the MVP for this game. Now, we're going to go over how the guys did for the rest of the games combined, right? So, right off the bat, round 5, Warboss Dread took 365 points from that round, okay? In total, for the whole tournament, all 5 games, he took a total of 1,102 points, which is actually pretty high up there. All right, King Koopa took 290 points this game. He only got 596, and he had an off tournament because he got killed in a couple rounds really early on. So he didn't really make up his points. Now, I don't think Dread made up his points either. Dread is 390 times 5. Yeah, Dread fell short on how many points he was worth by a lot, over 800. King Koopa, on the other hand, he fell short by like 300 points, so not horrible. Longshot fell short too, and it was kind of bad placement on Longshot for my sake. So Longshot's wasn't really worth his weight this whole tournament as well. Kabuto, I believe, was. Kabuto, nope, he wasn't. Kabuto got 238 points this game, and then he got 527 total. Wasn't really worth his points, but at the same time, some of these games they either die early or they didn't get a chance to do anything, or even so, there's sometimes like Longshot was shooting really clutch shots on big monsters or big things, and the armor ward saved it. So can't really take that away from them. Baxter doesn't really do damage, just because he's just doing Shadow Miasmas, and sometimes he'll get damage off. The Forest Goblins got a big old goose egg on this game, and they only got 321 points. But, in all fairness, they are only worth, right now, 110 points roughly, or like 115 points. And even though they're worth 115 points, maybe 116, they are, to me, a chaff unit that does a good chunk of damage. So I really am enjoying the Forest Goblins. Even when they take away the poison, I'm still going to probably use them for a while. So they weren't that far off of how much they were worth. The Orc Ard Boys, they didn't get any damage done this game, which cost them because they were doing really good at a steady pace. The Horde did a huge chunk of points this game. They did 565 points this game specifically, and I don't know why they're missing the points from the last game. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong game. Yeah, they did 565 points this game. They did 573 in the game before, and their total 1,600 points in damage. Again, their points per the units like close to 300 and something, plus the BSB, which is like another 150. So they were like 450 points times that by 5. They weren't really worth their weight in gold, but they didn't do horrible. They actually did pretty decent. And this is also, I think, the fact that I had 2 losing games. I had 2 games where I got tabled. Really hurts the points on a lot of these guys' damage output. The Squigs, they did a little bit of damage this game. They are actually pretty high up there for the MVP of the tournament for me. Okay, because they did do about 420 more points than they are worth in damage. That's crazy. They did really good. They took out a lot of chunks. They ate a lot of dwarves. They ate a lot of halberdiers. They ate freaking claw fiends. They were hungry. They just ate whatever they wanted to eat. They didn't like trees much. They didn't eat the trees. But the Get Launchers did a really fantastic job. They did 310 points total. In this game, they did 1,152 points. So again, that's 220 times that by 5. They covered their worth and then some. So their cost and output isn't as great as the Squigs were, but they did great. And then we have the Rock Lava. The Rock Lava did 51 points of damage this game. Only got 317 total for the whole tournament. I was actually hoping the Rock Lava would have pulled in a little bit more in points. And I think it's just because the Rock Lava is a little bit less accurate, and also a lot of things the Rock Lava shooting at usually have ward saves. So it's really hard to assess that. The Wolf Riders didn't do anything but just chaff. And then here comes, looks like the MVP, second time in a row, tournament MVP, the A-Rock. 1,732 points. Okay, so I'm gonna find out how much she was worth. She is definitely worth her weight in gold. She outshined the Squigs by over 100 points, by 100 points. But she took more, and I think it was mostly this game. This game specifically, she just took Soul Grinder, took the level 2 out, took out some Hellstriders, and she killed off that last tally man. She was just on fire. She just wanted to kill whoever she wanted to kill. And 2 games in a row, tournament MVP, or two tournaments in a row, is the A-Rock. So I like doing these little statistics to see how many points they were taking. And I think that it's pretty neat to see like how much they're worth, and it kind of allows you to see who you could replace and who you can't really replace. Like I am not going to replace the A-Rock. She's a very valuable member. And then when I did Blood in the Sun last year, I found out Chicken Head was really valuable. But in all fairness, Chicken Head is what King Koopa's loaded out with. So as for the tournament closing up, so this is us sitting around at Atomic Empire. That's Once Bitten up there talking to everybody, congratulating the winners. Now, unfortunately, my brother wasn't there, and I really didn't feel like telling Ian to take pictures. So I took a couple pictures, but then I kind of put my camera down for a bit. But Once Bitten's going over. I mean, I'm glad that as a community that there's some form of what used to be Warhammer out there, and 9th Age is definitely the way to go. I think so, at least. There was about 40 people who showed up, and it was a good community. I mean, these are people I've never played against. You know what I mean? These are a lot of people I never met until today, or this day, just because I'm not from North Carolina, and it was kind of cool to see people's reaction and see like the draw that it was still bringing in people that wanted to play this game, and I thought it was awesome. It was nice to see some colorful armies there, and I'm going to be putting up a video shortly that shows armies from both Okon and Brawlers on a on a slideshow kind of a deal. And then he had a bunch of awards on the table. He had an award for best single model, which he did. It's called like the Brawlers. What do you call it? I think it just said like best painted single model Brawlers Bash or something like that. The Brawlers Award or whatever it was. And I did enter the Dragon Rammer, and the Dragon Rammer won, guys. There was one guy who brought out this giant, and I mean giant-sized demon. I think it might be a Forge World model, and it looked really cool. And I was just like, holy shit, that thing's gonna pull in awards, because that thing was just like 5 times bigger than like most models, or like 3 times the size of a giant. It was massive, and I was just like, that thing's probably gonna win. But the Dragon Rammer pulled through, man. It just, people liked it. People liked the style of it, the look of it, and they came up to me during my last game with Joey, and they were like, I voted for the Dragon Rammer. And I was like, I appreciated that. Now, they did have a Player's Choice Award for paint, and they did have Best Painted Army. And you know, I was kind of like, you know, to be honest, one of the guys that were up there and the Best Painted Armies that I was just like, this guy's going to give me some competition is Miguel, and he had a Vampire Counts army. I'll pull it up right here. And I've seen this army before at Games Day, specifically Games Day 2013 in Tennessee, and and I've seen it before, and I was just like, ah, shit, this guy has a really good painted army, and he won the Player's Choice Award. So when he won the Player's Choice Award, I was like, oh shit, here it comes. And bam! I got the best painted army. I got the best painted single model. And guys, I got the best Orcs and Goblins general out of like 4 or 5 Orcs and Goblin generals that were there. I pulled in. I was just like, holy shit, I can't believe this just happened. I went to 2 tournaments in a matter of 1 week, and I came home with 6 awards. 6. I got the sword going on for my best painted army. I was like, holy shit. And I won gift cards that I bought a second A-Rock with the gift cards, and potentially an Idol of Gork. Oh man, guys, I'm like, I didn't expect to walk out. I was like, after day 1, if you guys watch my day 1, I was just like, I wasn't expecting to walk out with anything. I was just like, holy crap, and I just, you know, it pulled through. Here's a picture of Ian, and then here's a picture of Jeremiah. They were neck and neck the whole tournament for the best warriors of the Dark Gods army. Ian's from my club. Jeremiah is Tunis and Witchify from YouTube, and Tunis and Witchify ended up pulling through. He got the best warriors of the Dark Gods. I don't have a list of who took the rest of the best of the armies, and I'm really happy. I was kind of just like on a high horse at the moment at this time, yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see a lot of these YouTubers and to hang out with them, to talk to them. It was you know, it's interesting because, you know, I watch their videos too, and I really kind of just like you know, I always get information from them, and I'm pretty sure they get information from me as well. But it's kind of interesting to because, in all honesty, in my perspective, I am the YouTuber. So I know a lot of people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, I watch your videos," but it's kind of interesting for me to have that same reaction to somebody else, like, "Hey, I watch your videos. I know who you are, and you know, I know your army." And the whole tournament, I kind of had a lot of people come up to me and like, "I watch your battle reports. Oh yeah, I've seen your battle reports. Hey, I know this army. I watch your battle reports." And it was a lot different than what I'm used to. Most people who watch my battle reports in Chicago are people in my battle reports. So yeah, you know, it was a lot of fun. I would probably go back to Brawler's Bash next year or the year after. It's definitely a tournament worth going to. And to top it off, this is just from my honest opinion. Once Bitten asked me how do I think the meta is from Chicago or Ohio versus the guys in North Carolina, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I think the guys in North Carolina were a lot tougher than what I'm used to, and it's not, you know, anybody in specific. It's just the fact that a lot of them felt like they were more veteran players. You know, I've ran into a lot of players over in Ohio that were like, "Oh, this is my 2nd game," or "This is my 5th game," or whatever, you know. But a lot of the guys in North Carolina didn't give me that response. They were like, they've been playing this game for years, and they followed it when they switched over to 9th Age, and this is their whatever game. So I was just like, oh crap, it's a lot tougher of a crowd, you know, and they know they know all the rules, and they know what's going on. I decided since I came home that I had all these awards. I had my Gauntlet awards. I had Dragonfall award. I still have the team tournament award that or not the team tournament, the YouTuber award that I have to frame up. So I decided to just start making a trophy wall, and that's this picture right here, guys. So yeah, I had a blast. Thank you very much for watching my channel. Thank you very much for showing support throughout my my games here. And I want to give actually a special thanks to Spam Sandwich, because I think that like I was bouncing off a lot of ideas off of him, and I actually got a lot of good and positive energy off of him. And not only that, when I had my gift cards, we were going over like what I could build that idol of Gork, and I have this cool miniature that I'm going to make into an idol of Gork, or avatar of the Green Gods, or whatever it's called nowadays, and it's going to be pretty cool. So I want to thank him specifically. I had a good time with those guys, and I had a good time at Once Bitten's house, and it was just all around a blast. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. If you guys feel if you haven't hit like and subscribe, hit like and subscribe, guys. I always say that every video, but at the same time, every time I say it, I always get like 1 or 2 new subscribers. So I just keep saying it to like constantly add up. And if I do 1,000 videos, maybe I'll get eventually 2,000 subscribers. I also want to say thank you to everybody who's helped donate to my channel. I think that it really does help me out a lot, because like I said, batteries and travel cost me a lot of money. Missing work cost me a lot of money, and I want to continue doing these videos for you guys. I want to constantly keep up with what's going on with the game. And unfortunately, one thing that me and Dan were talking about, Dan's the high elf player I normally play against, we were talking about it the other day, and I'm playing version 11 right now, and I'm going to continue playing version 11 even though version 9.9 is out right now, because Adepticon is version 11. So I'm able to still abuse my little goblins of poison for a little while longer. I'm still able to abuse my little Nasher unit that's just going to destroy for 7 points a model. But the next tournament after that will either be Blood in the Sun or Buckeye Battles, or I'm going to do a Dice Dojo tournament. But either way, all of those tournaments are in May or June or July, so that means I'm actually probably going to just skip over version 0.99 and go straight into version 1 of their full release. So I'm not going to even have to play with the Black Orcs Bodyguard or any of that, and we're going to see what happens in version 1. Whatever happens in version 1, I'll work with my list on that, but I'm just going to kind of bypass version 0.99 just because of that. And besides that, guys, I do have a couple more games in the bank. I have a Friday Night Dice game against Rick, who's one of the guys who's running the big brawl at Adepticon. And then I think that's about it, actually. I don't think... Oh, no, I have the game against Once Bitten. I have the game against Spam Sandwich that I'll be putting up shortly. And I have the videos of the different armies that showed up to the tournaments. Besides that, I would like to hear your guys' feedback, comments. I really thrive off of that information. I like it when you guys correct me on rules, because if you guys don't do it, I'm going to constantly make the same mistake. So usually when it happens, and it happens again in a future game, I'm like, no, that's not how it works. And then they're like, oh, no, that's how it works. I'm like, no, man, I already know somebody's going to correct me on this on fucking YouTube again. I'm not going to do that mistake again. So it does help me out. So if you guys see anything, just point it out. I always appreciate feedback. And besides that, guys, I hope you're enjoying these videos, and I will continue making them. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks again, guys, and thanks a lot to Once Bitten for letting me stay at his place. And I got a lot of information off of that guy, and it was a lot of fun. And thanks again to the people at Ocon, the people at Brawlers. Thanks again to all the YouTubers that I hung out with, and Chris, who was not on YouTube but also hung out with us. So guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.